Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Sims 4 build video. Today is a very exciting video because I am building with the brand new Sims 4 kit. It's called the Sims 4 Industrial Loft Kit. So if you guys didn't know, the Sims did just drop a brand new kit, and it's obviously another build kit called the Industrial Loft Kit. So it's pretty self-explanatory. If you guys haven't seen it yet, it is a build kit focused on industrial items that are perfect for, I guess, an industrial loft. So that's exactly what I'm going to be building today, an industrial loft, and I decided to do it in the VIII land grab apartment. I think that's Roman numeral 8 land grab apartment in the San Myshuno world that comes with city living. I thought that this would be a good apartment to renovate because this one has like a balcony, so I could alter some of the windows because this kit did come with some new windows and I wanted to showcase them here in this build. So this was one of the few apartments where I was able to actually alter the windows because of that little balcony section. Now I know if you have like the tool mod and stuff, you can actually alter the windows in the apartments, but I don't use any mods or stuff like that. So yeah, you'll see me showcase those windows in a second. So today's build is going to be mainly showcasing the new kit, so I'll try and use as many of the items as possible. This kit does come with 26 new builds items. However, it is important to note that 3 of those 26 items are actually the same because it's like 3 of the pendant light in all 3 lengths. There's a short length, a medium length, and a long length. So technically it comes with 24 unique new items. 26 total if you count the different lengths. So here you can see I'm using the new windows. So I think that these windows are absolutely gorgeous, and yeah, I wanted to definitely use them in today's build because that's definitely a highlight, and I think that they go really well with the industrial theme, especially against this brick. Now, if you guys haven't heard, there was some controversy over these windows, or not these windows in particular, but the windows in general. So if you look at the cover art that comes with this kit, they have a kind of Moschino style window that comes in an arched version, much like this window I'm using here. However, it's not the same window as the one I'm using here, and the controversy was that the window advertised on the cover art was not actually included in this pack. So kind of like false advertising, that type of thing. So yeah, that was kind of a big disappointment because that is a window that I was definitely looking forward to. However, the good news is the Sims did announce that they are going to patch it into either this pack or the base game. I'm not really sure. They are going to remedy that issue. So I'm really happy to see that they acted quickly and that they, fixed it and gave us the window, because it was actually kind of awkward that they put it on the cover art and didn't include it in the kit. But that's all water under the bridge now because they are going to fix it. So happy for us in that regard. But I think that regardless of the window that was on the cover art, the window that I used here that actually comes with the pack is super beautiful. I really love how there are a couple different types. There's one that has like a clear glass, so it's more clean, and then there's also a swatch that's a little bit more dirty. So it definitely gives it that kind of grungy industrial vibe if that's what you're going for. I actually opted to use the dirty one here just because I am going for a very white and bright theme, and I didn't want it to be so crisp, and I wanted it to actually be a little bit more grungy because ultimately this is going to be more of an industrial feel. So one thing that you will notice right off the bat is I went for a white and bright color scheme. So you may be like, okay, that's not that surprising considering it's me, but I have noticed that a lot of people were doing industrial builds and they kind of default to the brown and kind of black color scheme, which is exactly what I think of when I think of industrial. It's kind of like the black metal, sheet metal, and kind of the darker tones mixed with a kind of brown brick. And I really love that look. I love how neutral it is. I love the texture. I love like the metal against brick and, adding in leather and, fluffy rugs and stuff. But I thought that it'd be cool to kind of take a complete opposite approach and go with white instead. So instead of like a darker industrial vibe, go for something bright and white and just the complete opposite of black. So that's kind of what I did here. Anywhere that you would usually think to do black, I decided to do white. So even the staircase is like a metal staircase, but it's like a white metal. The railing is white metal instead. The pillars, I went for these eco lifestyle kind of like steel pillars. Instead of like a black or gray, I did white. So I don't know if this is going to be everybody's vibe, because it does look maybe a little bit unnatural, because like, where are you getting white steel beams? I guess obviously maybe they painted it, and I don't think I've ever really seen something like this in real life, but I did want to do something that's a little bit happier and a little bit more my style, and maybe just something a little bit different than what your brain would maybe default to when you think of an industrial build, just because I know that with these kits, sometimes it's difficult to like see how they would incorporate into your game and into your building style. So I just want to show you different options on how you can use this kit. And that's always kind of my goal. So here you can see I put the kitchen up on a platform. Now there weren't any like new kitchen items really with this kit. So I just opted for the Snowy Escape kind of like simple counters, but I did manage to use the brand new bar stools that come with this kit. So you can see there's a little bit more of an industrial touch there because they have those kind of thick metal frames on those bar stools. Now I will say they're not my favorite bar stools in the world, but I definitely think they fit in with the theme. Will I be using those bar stools like really, really often? I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. They actually don't come in a pure white swatch, which I thought was a little bit, a little bit disappointing, if I'm going to be honest. But overall, I think that they do go with the theme. So it is what it is. But here you can see I did kind of like a fake fireplace. I thought that it'd be cool to have like more like a decorative fireplace. Maybe in a apartment like this, there wouldn't actually be like a real fireplace. I don't really know. I was just trying to be a little bit more creative. And then I was using the brand new couches that come with this kit. So I will say that the couches are very nice. I mean, the texture on the couches is beautiful. The swatches are beautiful. They have some colors, but they're a little bit more muted, so definitely more usable and definitely more up my alley. I really like the look of the leather. I think that it looks super realistic, and I think that the swatches and the textures of the items have come a long way since the base game. So very, very good. Congrats to the Sims team. The items are looking beautiful, and I'm so here for it. And don't worry, I didn't miss it, and I hope you guys didn't miss it either, but we did get a brand new fluffy rug with this kit. So no matter the controversy with the windows, or if you like the items or not, I'm gonna say that the kit is worth the $5 for another fluffy rug. Let's just be honest here. And you might disagree, but I mean, I'm a huge fan of fluffy rugs. I think I use a fluffy rug in every single build. I don't think you'll ever find a build where I'm not using a fluffy rug. And now my prayers have been answered because we got another fluffy rug. So let's just be thankful that they didn't lock this fluffy rug behind like an expansion pack. It's in a little $5 kit, so honestly, we can justify it. We can justify it. I don't know. I'm definitely very biased towards items like the fluffy rug, and I think this is a win. This is a win. I will say that the fluffy rug, I did a little comparison quickly on the screen earlier. It does look like pretty much almost identical to the City Living fluffy rug sized up. So I will say, if you already have the City Living fluffy rug and you don't want to purchase another $5 just for the rug, I think you could probably go without it. Maybe it does come with some cool swatches though, which I will use later in the build. The fluffy rug comes in like these cool like neutral kind of funky patterns and stuff, which I don't think I'm going to use a ton, but it's just nice to have. It's nice to have another one, you know? It just feels good. It feels good. It is like very similar though to the City Living one. So I don't know. I'm still excited anyways because that's just something that makes me happy, but you will have to decide for yourself if you think that this fluffy rug is different enough to the City Living fluffy rug to justify it for the $5. So let me know in the comment section down below because I know you guys are all fluffy rug enthusiasts like I am. But here you can see I've pretty much done like the living room, the kitchen, and the dining room. I didn't show it on camera, but I actually sink the dining room down like into the floor a little bit to give it a little bit more dimension. So the vibe that I was going for here, obviously industrial, white, bright. I have the brick wall everywhere, so it adds like an element of texture and color even, and like a little bit of warmth, I guess. But I was keeping it super open concept and super like minimalistic and a lot of space because this is like a loft style. I didn't want to make it super cluttered. I wanted it to be like kind of elevated, maybe more on the luxurious side. I've been to some like places like this, like some of my friends or like acquaintances and stuff have had apartments with this brick and stuff, and they're always very like open and open concept, and they don't always have like a ton of rooms and doors. It's all very just like open and stuff like that. So I really wanted to channel that with this build and have everything just like open, like not that many walls and just like some exposed beams and stuff like that. So that's definitely the vibe I was going for. And also, if you guys want to download this, you can obviously clutter it up and add more activities and stuff. So it's definitely a very flexible build. You can have a lot of space for you to add your own personality if you want to. But here you can see I am working on the upstairs. Now, a cool thing that I did is I have like a kind of like cutout area, so I guess this is like the lofted area up here, but I wanted it to again feel very open and feel very big and bright and airy and luxurious. So I have like this winding staircase that is going up the like edge of this brick pillar, and then I have this big open balcony inside, so you can like look over onto the living room and the kitchen from the above. So up here there's going to be 3 bedrooms total, so you can fit a family of 5. So I wanted this to be kind of like a family-oriented apartment. I was thinking like maybe like Gossip Girl or something. Like it's like a rich family that lives in like Brooklyn or something, and they have this like super nice like apartment loft. It's like the penthouse in Brooklyn or something. So I wanted it to be like industrial but make it luxury. So that's definitely always kind of my vibe. You guys know I like to make things very luxurious and stuff like that. But you can see here I'm trying to use as many of the new items as possible. So that cool like terrarium, is that what it's called? It's like a plant in this like glass casing. I'm pretty sure that's a terrarium, right? So that was one of the items. I really love it. And we also got this new like bed. It's like another 4-poster bed. It does remind me, again, a lot like the City Living one. So I will say that this kit, if you have City Living and you're a huge fan of City Living, kind of like I am, if you guys didn't know, City Living is actually my favorite pack in The Sims 4, just all time. It's my favorite pack ever. But if you love City Living and you're looking for a kit that will complement City Living well, I think that this kit is definitely one to consider because a lot of the stuff like goes well, it like complements it. It's also very similar looking as well, so you could also make the argument that if you already have City Living, maybe you don't need this kit because you already have a bed that looks like that, you already have a rug that looks like that. So I mean, depends exactly what you are looking for. But yes, this bed does remind me of the City Living one, but obviously it's not as luxurious. Like the City Living one has like the curtains and stuff, and it doesn't have like the metal frame. So it's similar, but not quite the same. It's like on the same wavelength, but a different style, kind of. But here you can see I'm doing like the master bedroom, and I end up doing like a bedroom for 2 kids, and then also like a teen bedroom, as well as a like kind of family room, like a games room for the kids to like do some video games and stuff like that. So I will say that I'm definitely a big fan of this idea and the whole build's identity, in my opinion. I feel like when I think of a industrial loft, I think of like a single sim living there or something like that, but I never really think of a family. And I definitely don't think of like a luxurious family living here. So I think it's kind of a cool idea to have like a family and like you're a kid and you grow up in this penthouse in New York or something, and you go to school, but you live in this cool loft. I don't know. It's kind of like a cool idea, because usually when you think of like family gameplay, oftentimes you'll put them in like a nice little family home in like the suburbs or something, in like Brindleton Bay or something. But why not raise your kids in this beautiful, high-rise, expensive luxury apartment downtown? Why not? San Myshuno is where it's at. I mean, to be honest, I actually kind of grew up in an apartment downtown. I lived in a house when I was like a little kid, but then I think around like high school, I ended up moving downtown. Like my whole family moved downtown. So I definitely know what it's like to like grow up in the city and stuff like that. So I don't know, maybe this concept resonates with me a little bit more than others, but I did want to keep the like style kind of consistent, in that I kept those white steel beams and pillars and the white metal fencing everywhere. I just wanted to really like hit that concept home, like just to make it consistent and kind of uniform throughout the entire build. So you will see in other areas of this build, I do put like the pillars and stuff like that around, just to make sure that these rooms don't look like just normal suburban family rooms. They have to have that like industrial kind of like cold feel to them. So I kind of wanted to do that. And then you can see we got these new like sliding doors. They kind of look like these sliding garage doors almost. It kind of reminds me of like the door like in Gossip Girl, like, you know, where like Jenny and Dan lived and they had like a sliding door, I'm pretty sure, that like separated Jenny's room. It kind of reminds me of that. So I kind of like that concept. It's just like something that's a little bit different, and I think it's nice to see items like that in The Sims 4 that aren't just like traditional doors, ones that like take up more space. They kind of act as like wall art as well as a functioning door at the same time, if you know what I mean, because there's really only so much they can give us with like normal doors. Like I don't really want any more like general one tile doors. I want ones that are a little bit more interesting, like this one, because it does add a little bit of variation to the game. There was also another nice glass door that you'll see I used in the kind of games room. So you'll see me showcase that one later. It has like glass and stuff like that. I also used it in the master bedroom. So that's also a nice door that's like a little bit more on the pretty side. But here you can see I am doing the kind of teenagers bedroom. I figured like 2 twins or 2 sisters or brothers could use the other room, and then this room here would be for like the teenager who's a little bit older, so they get their own room. We did get that new dresser that you can see I've used. I don't know if I'm like the hugest fan of the dresser. I get that it goes with the theme. I'm just struggling to see if I will use it a lot in other builds. And I think that is really what I look for in these kits is, are the items so specific that you can only use them in a specific style, or are they like diverse enough that they can be translated over to many different build styles? So I'm not sure. I'm a little bit on the fence. Obviously, I haven't built a lot with this kit. This was the first build that I ever did with the kit, so I do have to experiment around more before I really, come to terms with like what my opinions are. But right off the bat, it isn't necessarily like the type of dresser that I'm like oohing and ahhing over right away. So I am curious to see how else I will incorporate a lot of these new industrial items into future builds. So definitely stay tuned on my channel or in future builds to see if I do end up using it often or not. But so far, in the sense of this particular build, I am loving it, and I think that it really goes with the theme. So if you're someone that likes industrial builds and you love, you know, these brick builds and stuff like that, and playing in San Myshuno, I think you're really going to love this kit, especially for, you know, a relatively affordable price tag. We also got these, like, what are they, like wall, I don't know what it is, like graffiti, like wall graffiti. I'm not really sure. I ended up putting one of them in every single room because I thought it'd be cool if like it was already existing in this home. Like it was already on the wall, so they kind of had to keep it there. And I imagine with these like industrial builds, it's kind of like maybe this property, or not the property, maybe the space used to actually be like a like warehouse or like some sort of actual industrial like workers space, but then they converted it into a home. And I'm pretty sure that's like what industrial apartments are, right? Like they used to be an actual like functioning industrial like space, I think, and then they usually get converted, which is why there isn't always a lot of rooms, and it's usually quite like open concept and stuff, and you can kind of make it what you want because it used to be like a factory or a storage place or something. I don't really know. I'm not really sure the history of how that works, but I'm just making it up here. But you can see I'm doing like the family room. Like I said, I think this would be a good room for like the kids to like come and play and like hang out. If they have friends over, they can come up here. And yeah, it's kind of just like a nice family room. And I wanted to use that fluffy rug again. You can see here it comes in a nice brown color. One thing I will say, it is a little bit disappointing that the windows that I use downstairs don't come in like 3 different heights. It only comes in the low height, like the low wall height. Like I think, considering this is an industrial loft kit, it's kind of implying that you're going to have multiple layers, like multiple floors. Like you're going to have the top part, which is the loft, and the downstairs part, which is the living space. So it would make sense to me to have like taller wall height windows. If you like, I don't know, like it kind of seems limiting, especially when you're building in a loft sense, to only have one type of window or one height of window. So I think that is a little bit of wee criticism, if I may, especially with an apartment like this where I am using an apartment that has like the tallest wall height, and this is a perfect apartment for the industrial loft kit. However, I can't use the windows that are 3 height tall because it doesn't come with those windows. So but anyways, let me know what you guys think of the apartment so far. What do you guys think of the loft kit? Do you guys have any other criticism or suggestions or any feedback on what you guys think of this kit? I know that kits are still like a relatively new concept to The Sims, and yeah, I mean, I really, really love the Country Kitchen kit. That's one of my favorite kits, and I use those kitchen counters all the time. So I think that is a great kit. Still, I think that is so worth the price tag. Courtyard Oasis, I have not really used since it initially came out. So obviously for me, that one isn't worth it because I don't usually build in that style. This kit, I'm on the fence about. I mean, honestly, for the fluffy rug, though, I have to give it a thumbs up because any kit that has a fluffy rug, honestly, I can't even say anything bad about it. But I would like to see how I truly do use these items in different ways and how often I use them going forward. So yeah, I'm not super I'm not super set on my opinions yet, but I will say that I really, really love how this apartment came out. I think this is one of my favorite apartments that I've ever done in the whole wide world. And it's also super big, and I managed to like fill the whole thing. So I'm super proud of myself. And I just really love the vibe. I really love how bright it is and how open it is. You can see here I did kind of like an art studio because I thought that they could, you know, be artists in their spare time or something like that, or maybe they do that as a profession. And then I also made that empty wall kind of like their gallery wall, so I put all of their paintings and stuff up on display as if they painted it, and you know, those are their most recent artworks and stuff. So I don't know, I just really love it, and I hope you guys love it too. I know this isn't like your traditional black and dark kind of industrial look. It's definitely more white and maybe less realistic, but I think that it definitely stays true to my personal design style, and I hope that you guys like it as well. I'm trying to think of any other thoughts, comments, concerns, criticisms I can give you on this kit. Because this is my first build that I've ever done with it, I don't really have much to say about it, especially since it's a kit. You know, there's not that much that comes with it. I already said 24 unique items, 26 items total. I did try to use every single item in this kit, in this build, just so I could showcase them in the best way possible. However, I will say there were a couple items that I just simply could not use. There was one item that's like a wall decoration that comes, it's like this wall art thing, and it has like gears and things on it, and I just couldn't use it. I could not figure out what it was supposed to be for. I did not see any appeal to the item. You might have seen it in some people's reviews and stuff if they did like overviews of the items, but it's this wall decoration with these gears on it, and I just did not understand what the point of that item was. It just didn't pass the vibe check for me, honestly. So that to me is like a throwaway item. That's one item that I can guarantee I will probably never use. There was also a like plant wall thing that I didn't manage to use, and I do think that the item is really nice, so that one does not, like lose any points, but I just didn't get a chance to use it in this build. And then, besides that, I think I was able to incorporate every single item that comes with the kit in this build. So yeah, all of them are very usable items. I enjoy the swatches, obviously. Obviously, the fluffy rug is a big plus. Oh, I will say, if you haven't been able to get your hands on the City Living expansion pack, because it is an expansion pack, so it is on the higher end of price tags, but you do want the fluffy rug, then this is your perfect opportunity to get the fluffy rug, because the kit is only $5. So I guess that is a positive for those of you who can't afford to get an expansion pack right now, but you're longing for that fluffy rug, then yeah, the kit. Why not check out this kit? It is a fun one, and the items are very pretty. I think that one thing that I have been noticing over the past few drops is that ever since Dream Home Decorator, none of the couches that have come after Dream Home Decorator have been sectional couches. And I don't know if I was just really naive in thinking that once they introduced sectionals to the game, that every other couch after that would by default be offered in a sectional format. So that hasn't happened, and so far the only sectional couches that have been in the game have been in Dream Home Decorator, and I feel like I was just naive in thinking that all of the couches from here on out would be sectional couch compatible. You know what I mean? Was anybody else thinking that that could have been the reality of things? Because I think I was just being a little too hopeful. I honestly thought all couches were going to be sectional, but it's only Dream Home Decorator. And I really hope that going forward, we're going to get more sectional couches, because I can't live with just the Dream Home Decorator ones. I need more. See what's happening? I'm becoming greedy. I finally got what I wanted, and now I want more. It's not good enough. I'm just joking though. But besides that, I really, really love this apartment. I can't express enough how much I love how it turned out. And I think that the Industrial Loft Kit definitely played a huge part in making this all come together. So I really hope you guys love it as well. Please let me know what you think about this build in the comments section down below, and let me know what you guys think of the kit. Also, let me know what you guys think of the whole window controversy in the beginning, and if you will be getting this kit, and yeah, just any other comments about kits in general. I would love to hear what you guys think, and I'm really excited to try and use this kit more in the future and see how else I can incorporate it into different styles. But besides that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up and leave a comment down below what you thought about it. And if this is our first time meeting, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to be friends or if you want to see more Sims 4 videos. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye everybody.